welcome to Gierok Farms. Right now we're finishing up with morning chores here. My dad finished up milking, I helped him finish bedding up in the main dairy barn. And now we're finishing off this spreader load of manure with the alleyway here in the bull barn. So getting things cleaned up. It's also silage day today, so we got to move a lot more feed than normal. So busy, but on the main agenda, we got some carpentry work today to do on the main dairy barn. We got to get that patched up, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy. Spreader full of manure. We're gonna go spread that off right now. Dad, he's gonna be taking care of the bedding in the bull barn. He's gonna give him some new fresh corn stalk bedding, some of them round bales that we made this fall. And then once we get it back up there, we'll let the cattle back in and then move on to the silage. Okay, we got 2 loads of silage hauled up here. We got 1 load of silage for all the young stock dry cows. These 2 outbuildings are fed and done. And then we also brought up a 2nd load for our dairy cows as well. So on to the next projects. Okay, Dad took a little lunch break and I helped Mason with our other project. So keep an eye out for that video of him building that. But now we're gonna get after that door we've been hitting at.
We gotta clean up them boards. There's a few nails sticking out. We're gonna try to use the old boards. You can see here, they're sawed by a circular mill. You can see the lines that kind of curve. The band mill, they'll be a little bit at an angle, but they'll be straight. And then you look on this side, and maybe you can't tell with the paint. I think they shoved these boards all through the planer. See, this part was under this roof edge one, but they're smooth. I think they shoved them through one side. They must have loaded this all up, took it into town, and I mean, you're talking in the 20s and the early 30s probably when this barn was built. Planed every one side of all them sideboards, because the one side's got the lines, the other side don't. 8-inch boards, some of them are 10-inch, and I think the sidewalls are 12 feet. And this is only what? They're full, pretty much full 8s, not quite. Just, well, I suppose they were when they sawed them. They just shrunk a little bit when they dried out. But that's red oak. Red oak, white oak, that's all that was growing around here. That would make good lumber. I don't think there's anything like hickory or any of that type of stuff in that barn. And then right here must be just some dry rot, but we're gonna use it anyway. If it falls apart later, we can always replace it, but they're already painted. It'll do the job.
Hey Mason, you wanna give a teaser to your video? Why should people click on your video?
Cause it's Mason.
Justice for Mason.
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess it really wouldn't matter. Why don't we just put a couple bolts in? We put a couple carriage bolts in. Anything to help make it look better. Recycle on this board. Line it up there once you see what it looks like. It looks like it's gonna work. Might be even need that really. It's just gonna interfere.
Chicken scratch you got going on there.
I told you, this is where the beams go through. So from the top down, and then I think between 42 and 47 we got to leave a space. So we got to get our pieces in there. Maybe we should put them in there and then cut them off later. That's what we'll do. We'll just put them in and cut them off later. I'm guessing when they sawed these boards, everything was green yet. They probably had the mill here right when they were building. But these boards were probably tight. That's how much they shrunk. And that's normal. Okay, now let's check. So what were you, 98? I'm 98 quarter. Sound right? They were 98. A little longer on that side.
Noisy when you were talking before. Where did you get these hinges from?
These are off like the old, I think the old bull barn. Tell by the paint that's on them. But then they were probably on something else before then. We always recycle all this stuff.
Yeah, reuse,
like,
renew, and recycle.
like this one might have been even in a fire, like where they burnt a bunch of old lumber and stuff from the old building, and then you pick up them hinges. And for some door like this, that's just on the side of a hayloft that may only be opened up once or twice a year, it doesn't.
Yeah, if that.
It doesn't have to be, your main stuff, might want some little prettier ones but these are, I mean, I straightened them up. We ground off all the old bolts, straightened them up. I don't think you could buy as good a quality anymore. You kind of want to have the same, see, like if this part in here was bigger than here, then it binds a little bit if you put 3. But it looks like they're all the same
thickness for
where the hinging is.
Like you said, it ain't open very often.
I mean, we maybe only need 2, but we're going to use 3 because we have them. All them old barn door hinges, they're all nailed on. They're not even screwed. We can probably just screw them on like this. But then we should put legs through here where it ties to the building.
The hinge is put on the door. Now it's time to assemble our mobile ladder. the infamous hole in the barn. I'm sure if you've watched any of the other videos, you've heard us talk about it. And this was to get hay out of this end of the barn.
Always got to push your hinge up too a little bit, and I'll pry him outward just a little bit. That's better. Now, see if it opens right. See, this one's touching, this one ain't, so the barn ain't square anyway. But who knows if it was. If it looks a little dumb on the bottom, we can just trim it later with the saw.
Yeah, so we're just using Torx screws to hold it in place. And now we're drilling pilot holes for big legs.
On that bottom strap, that's actually how we did that.
Well, that's another project done. So once we got the door screwed onto the barn, once we got the hinges, you know, screwed on and put the leg bolts in, my dad went and got some turners, just some blocks of wood with a leg bolt through the center to kind of act as a latch on the outside. And then he also installed a latch on the inside of the door, just a little piece of wire just to hold it from the inside if we wanted to close it from the inside. But thanks for sticking around to the end. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our other videos.